A bombshell report by the FBI has concluded that actor Alec Baldwin did indeed pull the trigger on the set of the film Rust, leading to the passing of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. I'm Adam with InformOverload, let's talk about it. Okay, in 2021, Baldwin was rehearsing a scene on the set for an upcoming 19th century western titled Rust, on the outskirts of Santa Fe, New Mexico on October 21st. At the time, the actor was practicing specifically how to draw and point a .45 Colt at the camera when the weapon fired and a projectile struck and caused the tragic passing of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, as well as injuring the movie's director Joel Souza. The state medical examiner ruled her passing an accident. In his first on-screen interview since the accident, in December with ABC's George Stephanopoulos, Baldwin claimed he didn't discharge the weapon. The actor and producer said, quote, "The trigger wasn't pulled, I didn't pull the trigger." He continued on saying, quote, "I would never point a gun at anyone and pull the trigger at them. Never." He added, "Someone is responsible for what happened and I can't say who that is, but I know it's not me." End quote. Now, an FBI report obtained by ABC seems to oppose his claim that he never pulled the trigger. The report and other FBI records connected to the incident were delivered to the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, which is heading the homicide investigation earlier this month. According to the report, the weapon, quote, "could not be made to fire without a pull of the trigger," end quote, while the hammer was cocked at 1/4 and a half positions. The ballistic analysis also found that the weapon, quote, "could not be made to fire without a pull of the trigger while the working internal components were intact and functional when it was fully cocked." Others who were on set when Hutchins was killed, including the film's script supervisor, the lead camera operator, and the production's main medic, have filed lawsuits over the trauma they went through. In one lawsuit, the movie's chief lighting technician Serge Svetnoy stated that the accident was, quote, "caused by the negligent acts and omissions of lead actor and producer Baldwin and others." It continued to say, "Simply put, there was no reason for a live bullet to be placed in that .45 Colt revolver or to be present anywhere on the Rust set, and its presence posed a lethal threat to everyone in its vicinity." One negligence suit against the production named the production's armorer, who would have been in charge of all weapons on set, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, whose legal representatives had claimed that she was being framed for the death of Halyna Hutchins. Her lawyer, Jason Bowles, told NPR in a statement, quote, "The newly released FBI reports show the revolver was in good working order and that Baldwin had to have pulled the trigger to fire the revolver," directly contradicting his prior statements. He continued claiming that Baldwin ignored Gutierrez-Reed's request to do cross-draw training, which would have forbade pointing a weapon at anyone or having his finger on the trigger during the cross-draw. The suit against the armorer also named Baldwin and assistant director Dave Halls for not following film industry practices on the handling of weapons. In addition, Gutierrez-Reed has also filed a suit against the ammunition supplier for including live rounds in an ammunition box that allegedly was meant to include only prop ones. There's also Baldwin's lawyers who have filed an arbitration against the production company, arguing that the actor's contract includes language that protects him from any costs or claims against him. Then, Rust Movie Productions has also challenged allegations made by New Mexico's Occupational Health and Safety Bureau, which fined the film production company nearly $137,000 for violating workplace safety protocols. So the whole situation has been one hell of a legal mess. Baldwin's attorney, Luke Nykas, has said that Baldwin was not aware of the set's unsafe conditions, saying, quote, "He was told by the person in charge of safety on the set that the gun was cold and believed the gun was safe. The weapon being cold basically means it did not contain live ammo and was safe for the set." This tragedy that took the life of a well-respected cinematographer has pumped up a whole heck of a lot of legal mess, with no one fully taking responsibility for the accident. There's a lot that goes into a film set with many people involved and lots of precautions to avoid accidents just like this one. Hopefully, this case will help ensure that going forward, accidents like this never take place again. But that's the information I have for you. Now it's your turn to let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe here at InformOverload to stay up to date. I have been your host, Adam Andrews. Check me out on Instagram, and until next time, stay safe out there, kiddos.